Hey gang, what's going on? It's your guy coming to you live from the Zagnef Mobile. Got my partner in crime back there hanging with me. We're just coming back from a little ride out. She's a little disappointed because we didn't do our favorite drive-through, and she didn't get her treats. But little does she know, I got a little bag something here. You want a treat, sweetie? Yeah, she wants a treat. You want a treat? Yeah. There we go. There we go. Good job. Anyway, tomorrow's big game. We know for Georgia, every game from this point since losing to Alabama is a big game because there are multiple one-loss teams in the conference and there are multiple no-loss teams in the conference, no conference losses. And then there are a couple of teams that are just flat out undefeated. So every game's a big game for Georgia. Taking on Auburn in Jordan Hare. That's gonna be wow. That is gonna be Auburn is a hard place to play. Don't believe me? Ask Bama. Not that Bama gets beat all the time in Auburn, but some strange things have happened. Yeah, I know. I know. She's showing support for the dogs. Some strange things have happened, and strange things have happened there. You know, kick sixes, of course, is the most recent memorable one. But I think Georgia's kind of got this unlocked. The offensive line definitely showed us. Uh, Now, to be fair, Oklahoma has a very, very good defense. Georgia's front seven are not necessarily the greatest. Again, I don't think we'll see another squad like 2021 for quite some time. 2021, 2022 with the championship runs. I don't think we'll see anything like that for quite some time, but they're still good. And as long as they play a good, solid, tight game and keep Jackson Arnold running, that'll be fine. So I'm looking for Georgia to win by at least 10 points. That's what I'm looking for there. I know that doesn't make fans very happy. Only 10 points? Yeah, 10 points. Because, again, it's like Superman flying up into the red sun. It's just flying into the yellow sun. Boom. All of a sudden, they're playing like champions. But 10 points is what I'm giving Georgia. And that win, I'm not going to predict the score. That remains to be seen. Anyway, the game of the weekend. And that's all everybody's talked about here in the Sooner State. The Sooners are headed down to play at the fairgrounds against the Longhorns. We know the Longhorns last week, their very shocking loss to unranked Florida with a coach that may or may not be on his way out the door if they don't show some improvement by the end of the season. Billy Napier. So I think I've been very critical of Eli. I almost said Eli. Good Lord, of Arch Manning. Let's be real. They don't have a great offensive line, and the running game is almost non-existent. And when you can't run the ball, and all you have to depend on is a pass, and defenses know it, they can stack 7, 8 in the box and just wait. So I'm going to back up off of how bad I've been beating up Arch. And say that it's that their lack of success has been a team effort. Don't know what's going on. Steve Sarkisian is supposed to be this offensive wonderkind, and it's just not happening for the Longhorns this year. Also on the Oklahoma side, you have the will he or won't he with John Mateer. You've also got Michael Hawkins, who is an explosive player, but not as doesn't have as big a skill set. So with Texas playing the way they're playing right now, and just to sum this up real quick, with Texas playing the way they're playing right now, I'm going to go ahead and give the advantage to Oklahoma. And that is either way, whether Hawkins plays or whether Mateer plays. The only difference is if Mateer plays, the scoreboard will light up a heck of a lot more. If Hawkins plays, it might be a closer game. But the Oklahoma defense, we all know, behind, if you look at pro football, I know we're talking college, but if you look at pro football, behind every successful team is an incredible defense. You had the Buccaneers in the early 2000s. You had the Ravens. You had the Steel Curtain. You had the Over the Hill gang in Dallas. You had it's just this, you could just run off a list. you have had some teams with some measure of offensive prowess, but a lot of times that defense has a lot to say with it. And Georgia being the most recent example. Actually, what am I talking about? Ohio State is insane. Ohio State did things that they weren't doing during the regular season. I guess they were saving it. They were waiting to hit the NOS button until they got into the playoffs, and they just ran away from everybody. So I think with a good defense, with a good defensive game, that Oklahoma will be able to reign supreme. Good God, the John Mateer thing is crazy. People are posted up everywhere. I was listening to the radio this morning. Shout outs to 98.1, the sports animal here in Oklahoma City. The hosts were talking about somebody's got a cousin that's got a friend that read a book written by somebody who works in a building 3 miles away, and they flew a drone over the indoor practice facility, and they were able to see through the roof, and they saw John Mateer sitting on the sidelines reading a copy of Green Lantern issue number 78, something stupid like that. So that means he's going to play. Whether he plays or he doesn't, I still think Oklahoma has the upper hand. And John Mateer, speaking of him, damned and determined to play. He went from questionable at 6 o'clock this morning to probable by 4 o'clock this afternoon. So if I were a gambling man, I definitely would go on one of the betting apps and put money on John Mateer to start. And of course, we know if he starts, then it's going to be more than just fireworks at the fair that folks are going to see in Texas tomorrow evening. So there you have it. I got Georgia winning over Auburn. I got Oklahoma winning over Texas. What do you guys think? Need you to hop in the comments and let me know. As always, Colin and I will be back at the early part of the week next week to talk about both the Georgia game, and we're definitely going to talk about this Texas game. And parting shot. Tulane is undefeated. Let you marinate on that for a little bit. You guys have a great evening. I'm going to get Miss Ma'am in the house. I will talk to you all later. And oh, by the way, go Dogs. Can you say go Dogs? You want to say go Dogs? Watch this. You ready to go in the house? She's like, you're not slick, Dad. See, there it is. Then have a good night.